We are back for
okay,
the
are you ready to go?
stage in the
Okay,
KLASK World Tournament in 2018 in Helsinki. I was always joined by my colleague Tomasz, and I'm just going to go straight into it.
Yeah, we have a first match here, just started. It's Tomasz Preuss from Poland against Philip Streibl from Austria. Let's see how this group starts to form. Thinking in advance it's gonna be, this group C is gonna be very tight. There's very good players in group C, and oh, small mistake with Tomasz Preuss from Poland.
Okay.
Nice serve.
Yeah,
nice serve.
Very good return there. He realised the mistake he made and is happy to make up for it.
You can see Tomasz is trying to shoot the white. Oh, it slipped through, through.
Sometimes you just take too much time to plan that shot and it gets away from you.
And yeah, I feel that the players might be it's now the match. first match for each player here in the spotlight, so they might feel the little bit of pressure here.
Seems both are quite happy to play a magnet game initially. Some very close defending going on there from Tomasz.
Yes. Oh, lost of control.
Yeah.
He knows a small mistake made there, but he's up against a very good player. Tomasz has been dominating the Polish games, and then some might have seen him in our Essen tournament already last year. Still finding the corners a little bit close.
He seems to be giving up a lot of his own territory, not controlling that magnet game. And unfortunately, he's been forced to play how his opponent wants him to.
Oh, that was lucky bounce out.
Just slipped by him. He's very happy with that point.
I wonder if Philip is having the cap on so that the lights won't be that shiny on his eyes.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
Not helping him now. Good shot. It seems like Tomasz is trying to, or starting to find the corners and angles.
Philip isn't phased by it at all. Yeah, he switches the cap backwards. He's intent on seeing everything that can happen. Just a very small mistake can cost him the game.
But you can see the release on Tomas's face. It's good to have the victory from the first game. It's making it so much easier for the coming matches.
Jacques, yeah, you're first player against Victor.
Yeah. So in Group D we're gonna have Filippo Ballin from Italy, Jacques Raymond from Canada, Victor Braun from Denmark, and who was the fourth one I missed? Jason Tam, all the way from Australia. But here we have the Canadian champion, Jacques Raymond. Oh, quick KLASK here.
Yeah. He's struggling to get out of his own KLASK hole. to serve the ball. It ends up straight back.
Humiliation ace.
Yep.
Yeah, and before the tournament, Victor was saying that handling the pressure is his worst opponent. We'll see how he's gonna do today.
That seems speaking.
It almost looks like he's pushing Jacques to the corner or his own KLASK. Nice biscuit game. Oh, good one. Good shot from Jacques.
And an unfortunate rebound from there.
Oh, nice one. Almost. Oh, there was it a third KLASK from Jacques? Now it's
A desperate defense.
It's making it a bit too easy for Victor now.
Yep, he's trying to play the magnets over to Victor, but not quite getting there. And there he goes. He's got the control he wants, but
Yeah.
yeah, didn't phase him at all.
Easy win for Victor. Quite impressive play.
Okay, are you fine?
Now we're gonna have Jyri from Finland playing against Oscar Granite from
No problem.
cursing in the live show.
Maybe they don't know they can be heard. Who knows? But yeah, I've seen Asger play many times, and I've personally never managed to beat him.
Yeah, he's a very strong player. He barely makes mistakes, and his shots are super accurate.
Yeah, I think one of his greatest strengths is that he's able to change the pace of how he plays throughout the game.
Yep, yeah. That actually we just saw some weeks ago in the Danish Championship. Victor, who just played previously, managed to beat Asger in the final. And
Broke something?
so.
Asger just controlling it in his own field, waiting for that opportunity, but
there was a
trying to get rid of that magnet in his own
he tried to
field.
get rid of the white one, but ended up scoring against his own goal. I'm not expecting to see too many of those from Asger, but
The first and only time you'll ever see that from him.
Are you okay? Yep, I'm okay. I'm just, a little bit shaky hands.
Not quite sure. It's a very interesting play.
One
That.
is not allowed, so.
Really? Alright.
Yeah. You cannot play with the top of your striker.
yeah.
It's an
Jyri there
official warning by the
did a-
referee there.
Kind of taking it.
Okay.
It's a very good play, but
Next time it's a point for him.
Yep. Ready?
as we hear, you get the official warning and then the
Maybe
further one.
maybe that was intentional. Maybe Jyri is trying to get under Asger's skin by playing around a little bit.
You can just see that
Very good
magnet in
save,
his goal
very good save.
spinning around, deflecting the shot. Oh,
Yeah.
another
But
point.
Jyri is good. I've played Jyri several times. He's super good at adjusting his plays, his game towards the opponents and
You can
trying to
s-
find there.
He's interacting with his opponent as well, perhaps trying to break that concentration that Asger is really well known for. You see most players play with a second hand on the board to keep it sturdy, but Jyri just quite happy to play with just the one.
Yeah, it's another mistake. Yeah, it's the same way as Andrew from US is playing, very just leaning towards the elbow, and personally I cannot play in that style, I think.
Some very near misses from both players there. Is it just taking just a moment to decide where he wants to take the ball?
There is a white magnet on both of the corners, so it's not an easy decision to.
Ready. I'm ready.
But, oh!
Lost control.
Yeah. Tried his best to clear his board with the magnets, but ended up costing him the point.
Ready. I am ready.
Yeah. And as a ref called it, even if it is for just a moment, if your main piece clasks.
I think Jyri is really going. Let's see what's gonna.
It's good to see that the players are able to have fun even under the extreme circumstances of the tournament.
And to be honest, I'm sensing some pressure on Asger's side now. He has been making several mistakes, which usually you don't. But it's his first game in the tournament in the spotlight, so it might be. It's not an easy position. That was close, very close both sides. Ooh.
There's only so many times you can really take that kind of near miss before it starts to get to you. Some very good shots coming from both players right now. Some very good defending also.
Several close calls.
That's good, just controlling the ball, trying to find that time.
Like the call, ankle. Again, very close.
Yep.
And again.
This is the kind of level of play that you would expect from Asger right now.
But he might be getting a bit frustrated without getting to the goal, and there it is. Jyri takes the first match.
So, perhaps unexpected from my point of view. Did you see that
it
one
was
coming?
well, I know Jyri. I played several games against him. He's a very strong player, and as I said, he's super good at adjusting his play towards different kind of opponents. And yeah, he got a.
Maybe playing in his home country might give him just the slightest bit of edge.
Yeah, maybe there is.
Yeah, it's all about feeling comfortable when you're out there against your opponent.
And here we have Jason Tam all the way from Australia, playing against Filippo Ballin from Italy. Filippo is very aggressive player as well, and very good one, to be honest. And we'll see how Jason can keep up.
Yeah, I was speaking to Jason yesterday, and he said he was just amazed at the pace that certain players are able to keep up. And he was just like, is that how you're meant to play the game? I play it very slow and deliberate.
Yeah, it's still a quite new thing in Australia, so it hasn't been on the market for a long time. So, of course, that gives a little bit of advantage for the countries where the game has been available for a longer time. But we'll see. A nice shot from Filippo. Actually, Filippo, just a week ago, Filippo took a win in a WKF tournament and playing against another Italian player, but at least he got on the map. And another good shot.
Yeah. Looking dicey here at a 3-0 situation. Impressive start
From Filippo.
That magnet almost just a mind of its own. Very difficult situation, but he
comes back.
Yeah.
He was all.
You don't need to worry about the magnets if you're scoring. very good. Manages to fake the shot one way and take it straight to the goal.
But again, a small deflection from the white magnet.
Now just eking it out of the corner.
Oh.
But unfortunately, picks up the second magnet before he scores the goal.
Yep, I think
Yeah, good call from the ref.
good call from the referee. I think that happened first.
But, yeah,
But yeah,
he says, okay, I'll
Jason
do
is not giving up.
it again. Jason finding some very good angles against the defensive Philip there.
Yeah, Philip is in trouble now. See if he can get back in control.
Now he picks up the first magnet, manages to shake it. This point has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah, and it's an important one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Jason doesn't wanna. Oh, good shot.
Yeah, you can't give a match point to your opponent,
No.
not if you can help it.
Very good level play now. Both players are playing very well. Ooh, close by. Close goal.
Jason very lucky to have that rebound out of the goal there. Almost lost control. Maybe it's getting to him just ever so slightly now. The longer the point goes on.
Yes, there it is. 4-4.
He finally found the
Nice point.
angle. Managing to serve off the board. It's the first time I've seen that, perhaps.
Yeah. That must be the Italian serve.
Jason picking up a very early biscuit there.
Close.
But yeah,
Nice.
he's now
2
winning.
match points for Jason. Seems to be that surprises are on their way.
Perhaps not the best start for him, but he's definitely picked up pace and found how he can beat his opponent. Jason in a very brave
risky
move
one,
by him.
risky one, but it paid off. Ah,
Oh, but he loses concentration. Just allows the ball
right
to go
side.
in. Crowd very excited for this game, it would seem. The humiliation, sir.
That was close. That was
It was
close, and you
very
can see
close.
the release of tension from
Yep.
Filippo's side.
So, there you go. With only 1 point difference, he takes an early second.
But as we saw, that they can be very decisive at the end.
Against Tomasz. Oscar's first player.
Okay, so next up, Asger
Okay,
from
you're
Denmark
finding him
against
on the
Tomasz from Poland.
We'll just see if Asger can perhaps find his style.
Yep. Another loss in the early stage would be quite bad considered the next games. We'll see.
Oh, he
lost
loses
of
control. It's not often that you see that from Asger. But then a lot of the plays we've seen from Asger so far are typical
Maybe
for
there
him.
is a little bit of nervousness.
Perhaps it was the commentators cursed by me picking him as the favourite.
Good defense.
Ball just never slowing down, it would seem. Both opponents quite happy to keep up a very rapid pace, try and catch their opponent off guard. Very well defended against himself there. But in desperate defense he loses control.
Oh, good.
Yeah, sometimes the easiest goals are the ones that are slowest.
Yeah, you can see it. Tomasz wasn't expecting that shot.
And Asger just taking his time there to make sure that the magnet is in the direction he wants it.
Very close, almost in.
Yeah, did very well not to KLASK himself there.
Tomasz took first white 1 and 2 on his side. I'm sure Asger's gonna be putting the ball on that side of the field.
Yeah, he's gonna line that up and just play it as gently as he likes.
You know, he doesn't want to white magnets off the field. He wants to keep them there and get them separated.
He's doing a very good job to put him in a position where he has to play on his terms.
But Tomasz solves it again.
Yeah.
Very impressive. 3-1. I think actually Tomasz and Asger, they played in SM quarterfinals last year, and then back then Asger was better, but
it's been a long time since SM.
Very long. A lot of water under the bridge.
You can just see the kind of pace that he's quite happy to apply to Asger. Normally you would see Asger controlling the pace of the game, how he likes it. Tomasz quite happy to make sure he has no opportunity.
And another punish.
Ooh, very close. I think Asger's just unsure how to
get through Tomasz's defense. Well, Tomasz is doing his best to help him out.
The enemy from within.
Yes.
Now 3 biscuits on Tomas's side, but we've seen this before.
He hasn't been. He's been avoiding them well.
Very well controlled by Tomasz there. Asger just scrambling to keep that out of his goal. Oof, very close, very good defence. And again, another direct shot from Asger. Biscuit in anyone's playing field at this moment returns to Asger. Straight back to Tomasz, but it looks like he's going to try and play it. No. Quite happy to keep it at the back of the field where he doesn't have to pay attention. Oh!
Nice job, Tomasz.
Manages to shake one biscuit and pick up another, I think.
This is a long ball.
And it all seems to be revolving around getting the ball near that magnet wherever it is. Neither player kind of playing for the score so much.
Almost.
And it's probably the best situation Asger could hope for with a shot like that.
Now Tomasz seems to be getting the control.
Yeah, he's just taking as many shots as he likes, but he does seem to sacrifice a lot of his backfield defence if he does that.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Asger, just a little bit too far forward, lost control.
So another win for Tomasz and another loss for Asger.
Filippo versus Jacques. Filippo is starting player.
Yeah, very good start from Tomasz Preuss from Ballin. Now we're gonna have Filippo, Ballin from Italy against Jacques Raymond from Canada.
It was a rough night. I gave out my room number to too many people, so. Are you ready?
Lost control.
Yeah, that's always the danger that you kind of have to accept if you're playing a very strong, sudden strike against a ball. It can just run away from you.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. We've seen that happen to Jack quite a few times already in the first couple of matches. Have to wonder if he's just too defensive in his mind, not giving him enough room to play the field. But
nice piece of play there from Filippo.
And by the looks of it, you're going to get a fairly long rally from this. No more magnets to worry about necessarily. And it's these kinds of points that can really decide the pace of the entire game, not just a point. If you're out there doing a single point for minutes at a time, it can wear down a faster player. Very direct shot there, and unfortunately just
too
one
much
stay in.
power.
Both players playing for the ball there at the same time, but manages to get past Jack.
Yeah, Filippo seems to be on top of his game at the moment. He was struggling a bit in his first match against Jason, but managed to squeeze out a victory from the first match also.
Oh, and a very nice play there into the magnet. I'm not sure if he planned that entirely, but it definitely looked good. Yeah, Jack just trying to put up the pressure there, just regain some kind of control of the match. But Filippo just calm, collected, taking each shot as it comes.
We're gonna see a second 6-0 victory of this tournament. Julian Pessoa took a 6-0 victory in Group B. Yes, there it is.
Finally ends it.
Filippo is looking confident, I think.
Yeah.
He's one of the favorites for sure for this whole
Philip
tournament.
against Jyri. Philip is starting player.
Good luck. Good luck, yeah. Good.
Okay, now we're gonna have Jyri Rasinmäki from Finland against Philip Streibl from Austria. Jyri won his first match, whereas Philip lost his first one.
All right. Are you ready? Yeah.
when every single one of his shots just seem to be targeted towards that goal, which is a lot harder than it sounds.
Yep. Yeah, Jyri is playing well now. He's taking the initiatives in his hand then. Yeah, there he is.
It's a very good point there.
A little stare to the eyes.
Yeah, protected by the hat.
Was Philip hiding behind the hat from Jyri's stare?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it's nothing to do with the lights at all, it's just so he can't get psyched out.
Yeah, nice second point for Jyri. He has definitely started well.
Very
Nice
good magnet
piece of
play.
Yeah, Philip seems to be struggling to get through Jyri's defense.
Perhaps that
Again,
stare from Jyri is just getting through the hat.
Yeah, Philip is not playing badly, but Jyri has just been taking every single shot. And
it just always seems like the magnets are on Philip's side.
oh,
Yeah. And again, another
KLASK, but he
situation.
was very much pushed into that situation.
But he seems to be asserting at least a measure of control for this point. He knows he's up against it now. Perhaps with a new ball, we'll see a change in the scores. Ooh.
Oh, the first mistake.
Yeah, too slow to react to that.
Ready?
Both players just playing magnets into each other, and Jyri's happy to hit it as if it wasn't magnetic at all. Now, in a slightly worse situation, with the ball dangerously in the corner, but he plays as if it isn't even there. Very good return for Philip there. Manages to get that point. Evens the scores just ever so slightly.
Ready?
Oh.
Oof. Yeah.
3 consecutive points for Philip. Nice comeback. 4.
There you go. The false sense of security.
Yeah. And I think Jyri has stopped his stairs at the moment.
Yeah. Too busy trying to wonder what's happening on the board.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now
Finds time for a little bit of a stare. Brilliant.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
2 match points now. match balls.
Very good defense there. Almost didn't.
Ooh. Unlucky for Philip.
Philip had an opportunity to play the magnet back at Jyri, but seemed to let it slide.
Oh,
maybe he knew exactly what was going to happen. Then that cap goes backwards for the match point for each. Do we see a stare from Jyri? Just a little bit of a one.
Who's gonna take home this game? Good start.
I often find that when it's in a 5-5 situation, the points are much quicker.
Very nice comeback from Philip.
Yeah.
He was already 4 points behind.
It's an amazing comeback. It just goes to show that even if it looks one-sided, it never truly is.
No. Yeah. So next up we're gonna have Victor Breum from Denmark against Jason Tam from Australia.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how Jason handles Victor's style of play.
Yeah.
He definitely seemed to increase in pace as the game went on previously, so let's see if he's learned anything from that first match. Jason very quick to assert dominance over the first point there, but picking up a magnet in the process. Oh, and just misplayed it ever so
he
slightly.
tried to hit it with the ball, but missed the white magnet with the ball and went there with his striker instead. Oh, nice. Nice biscuit play from Victor.
Jason just avoiding those biscuits at all costs, and probably quite relieved about winning when it didn't. Another quick point there for Jason.
Yeah, Jason is doing good, and he might have the advantage because I think some of these players, they know each other already quite well, but Jason is a completely new face in the tournament, and
it's hard to do research from someone that's flown all the way from Australia. Both players just not even really aiming for the goal at that point, just seems to revolve around that magnet, see if they can force Jason to pick up the second one.
Yeah, well, he avoided it at least so far. And when it goes to your goal, you can breathe in a little bit, because
yeah, there's always that danger of picking it up.
That's the downside of it, of an angel on your goal. It might make the ball change direction, and a shot that usually wouldn't go in might go in.
Ooh, good defense there by Jason. And yeah, it's a very unfortunate point there for Victor, but Jason's probably quite happy to make it level.
Yeah. You'll take everything.
Yeah. It's a very good goal there. It's often the case that you distract him with the magnet, you're going to get a goal. Victor just deciding not to even move there for the first couple of shots. Very confident that was going nowhere.
Oh, nice.
And again, the same kind of shot.
Yeah, seems like Victor has been getting over his worst enemy, which he said would be himself, and stressing too much, but now he's playing very well.
Yeah.
A couple of very good shots in a row.
Did you get it? I thought you got it. Yeah, the juice is heavy. Ready? Yeah.
Victor manages to eliminate the possibility of losing due to magnets. That's all down to player skill. No more distractions. Jason very lucky to get the rebound off that. Again, Victor's deadly with his precision. But Jason manages to find a way behind him.
Ready? Yeah.
Oh, 5-5. Now Jason has been twice in a 5-5 situation. Let's see if he can take home this game.
Whilst he was distracted by the breakdance, almost managed to sneak it in. See some good biscuit control there. Oh, but almost manages to score against himself. Jason almost unsure whether that was the ball in the goal or a biscuit.
Yeah, he's not giving Victor any time to relax all the time, shooting the ball hard.
And every shot is precise and very deliberate from both players. We realise it's all down to this point.
Small mistake.
Victor getting very lucky with some of these shots, barely missing the goal. But Jason finding it quite difficult to strike with that magnet attached to him. It seems after a few very close calls there, he managed to finally get it past Jason.
No, this is some bad luck for Jason 10. He has been twice now already
What do we have
in
next?
5 points, but hasn't been able to find a way to work with either
Jyri and
Filippo or
Tomasz.
Victor.
But it's not all over, there are still 4 games in hand for him,
Yes,
so
that's true.
if he maintains that level of play, he stands a good chance.
And next up we're gonna have Jyri from Finland and Tomasz from Poland. Are we gonna see some stairs again?
We can hope so. There's power behind those eyes.
Yes.
There you go.
Good start from Jyri.
No victory stare, he seems more focused on the game this time.
Jyri's a bit in trouble with the white ones, and
Yeah.
there it is.
He did very well to last as long as he did,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it's an easy unforced error from Tomasz.
seems like Tomasz picked up the biscuit rather than hitting it as he had hoped.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it didn't matter anyway.
Ready? Oh, I got it. Ready?
He's fallen behind now, Jyri, but there's every chance he can...
Ooh, close.
With shots like that, every chance he can make it up. There we go. Managed to sneak behind the biscuit, cause that little bit of delay in the defence, and gets the point. But unfortunately, another mistake means he picks up a second biscuit.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a very, very close shot there from Jyri. Managed to do a full lap around the goal before exiting. Both players, with any luck, will be able to find a weakness in other players' defence, but both very solid returns, no magnets to worry about, so full focus goes on to the direction of the ball and the pace that they wish to set. See Jyri playing ever so slightly further back than his opponent. But still maintaining control even from that distance. And there you go, manages to get the point. But he's still not clear. He's got 2 points to gain before he wins the match, and just single for his opponent.
Yeah, and in general, Tomasz has been very strong in the first 2 games.
Jyri with a somewhat weak serve there, managed to give Tomasz a bit of control, but seems to have come off worse for it.
There it is. Tomasz takes his 3rd win. So here we have Tomasz has 3 wins and a very strong start.
But Jyri is by no means out of it at the moment. Philip or Asger still within a chance. With the Group D looking very strong there with Victor and Filippo, just very strong with the first 2 wins of their matches.
Yeah.
And a double biscuit in there, it just kind of willfully went into it for some reason.
Second quick point.
Yeah. I think Jason's quite happy with himself, see a smile on his face just there.
Let's see if he can make past the 5th point this time.
I've seen Jason do those side shots quite a lot, and you can see it paid off in that instance, but quite a lot of the time against perhaps stronger opponents they managed to gain control from it. Jason just doing everything he can to stay away from the bottom half, and seemed to work out okay.
4-0. Very well played by Jason. Oh!
Very nearly 5-0 as Jack just takes a small rest just to gather his thoughts.
Yeah, it almost seems like Jack already gave up. But we'll see.
Well, with plays like that from Jason, it could be over very soon. It's that deadly 5th point for him. And there we go.
Another KLASK.
Second time in a row. It seems like Jason really just doesn't want to be on the 5th point ever.
Yes, it's there is a curse now.
With Jason picking up a biscuit, that's going to put him on the back foot. And Jacques managing to score in 2 different ways there.
But yes, everyone knows the last point is the hardest.
Yep.
It has definitely been the hardest for Jason today.
Hopefully this will give Jack a bit more confidence in his games going forwards. If you come back from a 5-0 loss, then it's going to do wonders for your mental state.
For sure.
And there you go, it's a direct shot straight into Jason's goal. Jason's got to be feeling the pressure now. Both players picking up a biscuit. Jacques just distracting him with one hand.
Nice comeback from Jacques.
Very well played.
Just when I said that it looked like he was giving up, but no, I was completely wrong.
Ooh, and Jason very nearly losing control there entirely. Jason just dancing around that magnet there, but Jacques more focused on getting the ball in the goal. I don't believe it.
It's unbelievable. 6
3 times he's lost on the 5th point.
There really is a curse now.
We might see the highest scoring loser in KLASK this year.
Yeah. So next up we're gonna have Philip Streibl from Austria against Oscar Granite from Denmark. Yeah, Asger has had a very bad start to the tournament with the two losses. Let's see if he has managed to get his game together.
He seems to be more in control as far as the magnets are concerned, but not getting the opportunity to take as many shots as perhaps he would like.
Very high card defending from Philip. Oh, there it comes. That was a long first point.
Asger just happy to serve the ball if he's allowed, but that's the kind of shot you have to be careful when playing against Asger.
He likes doing those.
He'll make you think he's shooting one way, and then opens up your defense. And very lucky there. seen how he could hit both of those without picking up the biscuit, and did very well too.
Yes.
Yeah, an unfortunate rebounds, and looks like Asger's got some sweaty palms there, just...
I can imagine he does.
Yeah.
There was some seriousness on his face during the session. Quite often you can see Asger smiling during the game, but not now.
Yeah,
he knows that he hasn't played well. Nice trick there.
Yeah.
Pick up a magnet from your own goal, put it back to play.
Looks like Asger's just focused very much on getting these biscuits over to his opponent.
Yeah. He's very comfortable of having them in the board, and I think he likes to keep them on the board and then play, whereas some people are okay of them going away.
Yeah. I mean, you can just see it in the strike we just saw there. He's happy hitting it. He doesn't concern himself if he gets one against him. Very close to losing control there.
There was a control and went for Oscar. There was a little bit of content smile.
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't fall into Jason's curse. And
yes.
It seems he's already got the magnets where he wanted them. Let's see what's the
Maybe
game.
he's back. 6-0. Impressive.
It's a much needed victory there for Asger.
We have now everything open in Group C. Tomasz seems to be going to the... Of course, he can still be kicked out, but
absolutely.
So Victor Filippo.
Or the second player going to the...
He can certainly feel more comfortable than the others at the moment.
Okay, and next up we have Victor Breum from Denmark against Philippo Ballin from Italy.
Just Victor giving the piece a bit of an inspection, rubbing it for luck. Ooh. Did very good to clear the ball just there. You can see Philip is doing his best to make sure his opponent has no idea where he's going to strike.
Yeah, there you can see he took a bit of power out from the shot and immediately it went in. I think Filippo might should be doing that a bit more often. Yeah, he'll still. Both of the players are without a loss so far, but playing for the. Oh, nice point for Filippo.
So the early lead for Victor, you've got to wonder if he's going to get complacent with just being ever so slightly ahead. You can see he just picked up a biscuit and there goes the goal. Sometimes starting ahead isn't always what you want.
No.
The points are good, but that mental advantage is even more important.
It's true, because everyone who has ever played KLASK in this kind of setting knows that it's very much a game that goes between your ears and keeping yourself together is very important and hard.
Ooh. Philip almost losing control there, but did very well to regain it. Just trying to find a weakness in Victor's defense here. Just seems to be losing that kind of accurate shot that he was showing earlier, and sacrificing it just for a faster pace of game.
I have a feeling again that this might be a 5-5 match. Also.
Well, you've not called it incorrectly so far, so... I think some of the longest points we've seen is when there's been no biscuits in play at all.
Nice save from Victor. A bit lucky. Ooh, another one.
Again. Got to be feeling the pressure after a couple of shots like that.
Yeah, right now. It could have easily gone the other way around, but now it's 2-2.
Yep.
Victor started playing wide magnets too early, and that opened up an opportunity for Filippo to score. Good save.
Once more, manages to find the weakness in his opponent. One magnet apiece, but
Oh,
ooh, there we go.
Magnet play from Victor. 3-4.
Picking up the double biscuits there.
4-4. Quite close to 5-5, I would say.
Yeah. Are you fixing these matches at all times?
I have my bets in, so.
Ready?
Nice serve from Victor, and his biscuit game on out.
Having two biscuits near the goal, he's doing very well to clear the first.
And here we have it.
It's a 5-5
match.
There was no doubt about it.
No, you could see it from the beginning.
It'll be interesting to see if they maintain this aggressive couple of points, or, as you can see, slowing it down a fair bit. It's everything to worry about with 3 magnets on the loose.
No, it's very good playing from both sides.
It's such fast play that even the magnets can't find a chance to attach themselves. And manages to transfer the biscuit to his opponent. Absolutely amazing. Maybe he picked it up on purpose to give it to him.
I think this must be the point of this tournament so far.
Yeah. Ooh, 2 very near misses there. Just taking his time to recover. Oof, and another one. Oh, and he manages to KLASK himself to end it.
And Victor takes the game.
Yeah.
What a match. What a match. Okay, so now we have, in both Group C and D, we have one round of matches played, and there's another round ahead. Victor is still with a clean sheet as well as Tomasz Preuss in Group C.
Gentleman's handshake to begin the game, as is customary.
And this time we have Tomasz Preuss from Poland against Philip Streibl from Austria.
And very early on, just 2 biscuits. But almost unfazed, as if they were never there.
Yeah, now it's very hard for Philip to make the ball fit to the goal. Ah, yeah. But there it is. There is still room.
I think every time we've seen 2 biscuits in the same goal, there's always been a goal against them.
Yeah.
And a very good play there.
But yeah, in this group everything is still open. Tomasz of course has 3 victories at this point, so he's well ahead, but all the other players have 1 win and 2 losses.
And just deciding to play a game against himself there for the mental advantage. And it seemed to work out.
Yeah, it would have been a goal or a KLASK, so.
It's a very even match at 2-2 so far. You can see that both of the competitors are very tense in the way they're playing. It's
Philip takes the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a KLASK.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if you don't hear it, you can see it.
2 more. Ready? Yeah.
Close.
Just trying to gain the advantage with those biscuits, and there you go.
Alright, 2 more, Tomasz. 2 more.
Sounds like he's
And then 1 more.
got a few fans in the audience there, but perhaps distracting him.
Yeah, maybe he found the cheering a bit distracting, I feel. Yeah.
Ooh, a very close shot there. Even though there's no real danger with the magnets.
Yes,
Both players
Must be
playing very
happy with that
defensively.
point. He needs a victory here. And the hat goes the other way around.
It always seems to be towards the end.
Yeah. Yeah, and there we have it.
Very good. He's very happy with that win.
Yeah. And now it's gonna getting even more interesting in the Group C. There's Tomasz with 3 victories and Philip with 2.
So even at this point, Tomasz is not safe.
No. Everything is safe. And next up we have Victor from Denmark against Jacques from Canada.
Jacques not really having the best of times so far in the tournament, but
No.
still opportunity to redeem himself.
Yeah, and interesting to see how. Oh, another
He seems to be on form by starting the game with a KLASK.
It's interesting to see how. Yes, Victor had a very tight and long match before this one. If he has gotten, so it can be a bit consuming to have a tight long match and then.
Perhaps that's the beginning that we just witnessed there.
Yep.
He's picking up biscuits very early on, but Jacques just unable to defend against himself. It's too good.
Oh, almost. Oh. No, you don't need to play the ball. You can score with the biscuits. No, Victor seems to be from track, but Victor seems to be very confident now, taking the white magnets from the center.
Just stealing that point straight away from him. Jacques very focused on the early biscuit game,
Unlucky
but it doesn't seem to be paying off, unfortunately, against Victor. He's very strong with his strikes and very quick. Both players just aiming for those magnets, and even though they're together, they're facing opposite ends. You could go just about anywhere. Victor just making that fatal error.
And I guess you can see the fifth.
The fifth point curse.
Yeah, the last point is always the hardest. Ask Jason if you don't believe me.
Very unfortunate for Jacques. Tried to play the magnet and lost control.
But Victor continues without a loss.
Yep.
4 consecutive wins means that he is through to the next stage.
He can relax,
But I'm sure he wants to secure the first spot of the
absolute group.
3, 4, 5, and you're doing Jason versus Victor there, and the other one. Okay. So Jyri versus good player. Yes.
And next up, we have Jyri Rasinmäki from Finland against Oscar Granite from Denmark. First game went to Jyri. I have a feeling that we're gonna see some stares again.
Yeah, Asger being a social player might return them.
Maybe even with a smile.
Just a quick wipe down from the ref to make sure everything's set for the game.
It's okay. Please start.
That's good to serve.
Yeah, I think Asger has a little bit of touch from the first. Oh, early mistake.
Yep.
Ready?
Jyri just taking his time there, considering his shot, but he doesn't defend against that kind of shot. And here we can see Asger just trying to set those biscuits up to put that pressure on Jyri as early as possible.
Yeah, he got his biscuit game working in the previous match.
You can see all three biscuits on the south of the field there, and didn't even matter. Jyri just losing control there.
And he's not happy with his play.
Yeah. Once again, another quick point for Asger. The Jyri just found a solution. It just seems that Jyri's just not controlling the ball how he would like at the moment.
No, he's not on top of it, I think. Maybe he had prepared himself for the first round, but now he seems to be a bit impatient.
Some good defending there. But Asger's very much in control. Jyri just not getting many shots, but now finding the time. Ooh, very good shot there. It's that 5th point.
It is that I've been telling you all, everyone always the last point is always the hardest.
Asger finds himself on a bit of a back foot here, but manages to make the best of the situation. Decides to willingly pick up that biscuit. Doesn't seem like there's a call for KLASK, so...
No, he was close with that. And I think it's gonna be a game.
And Asger just trying his best to put that pressure on Jyri as much as possible. Distract him from being able to defend against that ball. Unfortunately, just give him control over to him. And very good defense there from Jyri.
Yeah.
Even manages to return one of the bag nets to him.
You can see the reason why these guys are in the tournament. They are both playing extremely well at the moment.
Yeah. And both players seem to be able to change their pace at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Oh, and
there it is.
finds it.
Right match.
He's going to be happy with securing the victory there.
Yeah, Oscar had a bad start to the tournament, but now it's starting to look better. He takes the second spot in his group.
So Jyri is still not out of it, but he's got everything to fight for. Here we see Jason getting ready to go for his 4th consecutive 5th point match.
first match between these guys was very tight, and as expected, Jason got to 5 points.
Oh, there's the first point to Jason. And Jason just...
I think that's a serve that Filippo has been practicing.
Yeah, basically no opportunity for Jason to react there. And suddenly Jason finds all 3 magnets in his half of the field. He's forced to play away from the goal. Oh, and he did very well there.
That's... Yeah, you saw the double angels as helping a little. Oh! I think the antenna hit the ball and come back.
The double angel becomes a double devil.
Because when they are in your goal, you keep forgetting that they are there, and then but they can still jump on you.
Jason looking to return the magnet to the centre of the field. Very, very close to both the KLASK and a goal there.
Forget the speed.
Very quickly, Jason seeing his early lead slip away from him. He's not packing under the pressure at all.
No.
Plays every point as it comes.
I think half of the crowd thought it was a goal.
Very nearly lost control. Maybe he's just baiting out his opponent. Just shot after shot. Just trying to find that kind of weakness in the defence. Very good point now.
Yeah, Filippo is not raising his head too much from the board, it seems to be.
He doesn't need to.
Keep his eye on the ball all the time and on the board, even between the points. He's very concentrated in the game.
Well, it is the last point for him. Let's see if he can maintain it. And he does.
And first time Jason didn't make it to 5 points. But it seems to be that
Tomasz against Oscar.
Jason is now out from the tournament, unfortunately.
Yeah, he won't be going through, but he still has a chance to redeem himself and show us that he can do more than 5.
He deserves a couple of victories of being so close so many times. Oh, and now it's an interesting match. It's gonna be Preuss from Poland against Asger.
Yeah.
Asger from Denmark. Yeah, Tomasz had a very good start to the tournament. He got 3 wins in a row, but now last match he lost, whereas Asger didn't have such a good start, but now he has 2 wins in a row.
Asger just doing everything he could to clear that magnet, but In the end, came back to beat him.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Asger not looking too happy at the moment.
No. Yeah, he lost the first point just because of his own stupid mistake, but Tomasz has been playing very well the whole tournament, so. Oh, there. It backfired a little bit.
Okay. Yes.
Asger's probably relieved to see that other magnet go. It does mean he's left down to a game of skill, and his main strategy of controlling the biscuits is out of the window. He has to adapt.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And both players dancing around in circles whenever they're not in control of the ball, just to make sure they're never caught just standing and off guard.
Oh, there comes a small mistake.
Yeah, manages to go straight into the other goal afterwards, but it looks like Asger's in trouble.
He is, and Tomasz is playing very well again. Well, he's been playing the whole time. And he gets a small revenge now from the last year SM tournament. Oh, let's not go ahead.
A very solid shot from Asger there. Asger just not getting control of the ball and slipped right through him.
Yeah, and he was on the back foot because of the biscuits, one attached and one is his goal.
Tomasz almost securing the victory just there. Asger knows he has to pull something out here to regain control of this match. Did very well not to lose control there. Oh, Asger playing very well there with the magnets. He's played his game, but it looks like Tomasz is just straight in there with the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Tomasz is true. He secured his spot in the final round, and
Asger is not out of it by any means.
yeah, well, it will be very interesting if Jyri is gonna now win Philip, because then they are again, everyone is.
Filippo, you're second.
Oh yeah, next up we're gonna have Filippo against Jacques.
Okay, if you're ready, you can start.
Oh, and Jacques immediately with one of his opening moves.
Yeah.
It seems to be often the case for Jacques that he goes behind quite early but picks up in the mid-game.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
I'm just not setting
some
enough
easy
control.
mistakes, yeah.
No problem. The magnets.
Jacques just picking up the second magnet there, just trying to get it cleared from the side, but not quick enough.
Yeah, and just basically, if Jacques would win this match, he would still have a chance for to go through to the final games, but now it's not looking good.
Very close there, but he manages to keep it out.
Yeah.
And he decides to pick up the biscuit wrong and defend the ball.
Yeah, I think.
And it's over.
Okay, we have a 6-0 win for Filippo. That was fast then.
That was very fast.
And unfortunately, it seems to be. Also, Jacques is out from the tournament.
So it looks like Group D is decided, at least as far as who will be going through.
Yeah.
We still need to decide what position they'll be in.
So, if you are ready.
But we'll see. Now it's a very interesting match. Jyri with 1 win. And
Jyri giving a nice little stare to his opponent there.
and
It seems to pay off immediately.
yeah, I guess this if Jyri happens to win this one, then both or all Asger, Jyri and Philip will be all in two victories, and then it's gonna be the last match to decide.
Do you believe Jyri won the last match of the last time they met?
Yeah, yes, if I remember correctly, Jyri won the first match between these two gentlemen, and of course it always gives you a little bit of mental edge on your opponent.
Certainly. Sometimes they're just players that can't beat other players, regardless of the skill level.
Oh, very close.
Oh, and Jyri very lucky there, manages to get it away from the goal. And he's still in this point.
I won't be making prediction of the score of this match, but I will predict that at some point Philip's cap is gonna turn around and Jyri is gonna give a stare.
I think those are both safe bets. Neither player really want to make a play on that ball.
Oh, that was a long ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip didn't want to lose that one. No, it's always a bad situation when it's 3 behind.
Making it 4-0. You can see that Philip is feeling the pressure there. He's smiling, but he's not happy about it.
But actually, if I remember correctly, the first match was also Jyri was leading with 4 points, and Philip came back, but Jyri managed to still win the match.
Yeah, Philip almost baited Jyri out just there with his piece, but didn't quite work. Now he's almost using the biscuit as a defensive piece.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he needed to put a high guard defense on, because he couldn't go close to his own goal because of the biscuit. It's too threatening.
Jyri just forcing those magnets over to the other side. Gives him as much room to operate as he needs. But there is no cap reversal just yet.
Change.
Yeah. Too excited. Ready?
Some very cautious play.
Yeah. And it slipped to 6-0. Impressive from Jyri. I would not have expected that score from this match. So the situation in Group C seems to be very tight at the moment. There is 3 players in even score.
Yeah.
So all players, well, Tomasz has made it through, but all other 3 players can still make it to the next round.
Absolutely. Although Jyri is quite far ahead on the points, so...
Oh yeah, that's
it will require still the win, but a win will put him through.
But the last match it will be Jyri against Asger, I presume, and Philip against Tomasz.
So Jason, unfortunately, out of the group stage, but hopefully we'll be able to get that win. But he's very, very hard fought for.
Yeah, he's been 3 times in 5 points, and so either it's a curse or then it's bad luck. And Victor, on the other hand, is still without a loss in this tournament. With a clean sheet. Let's see if it continues.
Jason just being saved a little bit there by the Angel. Victor's just showing no sign of weakness, playing very close to his goal. He knows that as soon as he gets the opportunity, that's when he needs to play out. Jason audibly very anguished by the fact that nothing seems to be getting past him.
This is a long point.
Yes, very long first point.
0-0.
Ends immediately.
Two more. Ready? Yeah.
Jason trying to focus on those magnets, but Victor more concerned about just winning the game.
Don't teach him Danish.
Nice playing.
Yeah, Jason wants to clear those biscuits as soon as he can,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's the best way you can clear them.
That's the best way. Yeah, I think it's usually a good idea when there is biscuits on your side, and you go full frenzy and try to score immediately, because otherwise it might end up easily the other way.
Victor's... Yeah, and there was a call for KLASK, but it was allowed to continue.
Nice move from Victor.
Yeah, and he seems to be hitting it with a good amount of power, but not so much that it goes out of the goal.
Yeah, and of course Victor here again now play pretty much without a pressure, because he's already made his way through the next stage, but still of course he wants to win the group, so he... And there it is, 6-1.
So he must be feeling very confident going forward.
He seems to be getting to the zone. Well, Victor is still without a loss in this tournament.
Alright,
5 consecutive wins.
My mama and Tomasz and Jyri. Tomasz? That's Jyri, yeah. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, it's Tomasz against Jyri. It's the first.
Should be a very interesting
That's
match.
a very interesting match. Tomasz is already through, and he has already secured the first spot in the group. But all the 3 other players in the group are in even points and still stands a chance to go to the next round.
And you're just,
now there's the stare.
yeah, looking lovingly into his opponent's eyes. Gotta say, I think this will be a close match.
Ooh, nice save. Yeah, I'm sure Jyri wants to get to the next round, and it would require a win here. And Tomasz, on the other hand, he can play pretty much without any pressure at this point. He has already secured the #1 spot in the group.
That doesn't mean he doesn't want.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to win. I don't think any of these guys, they don't go to a class table to lose a match. Oh, nice triple.
Much faster in the first point now, and even Jyri's face shows that was impressive.
Yep. 3-0. Can Jyri still come back?
Quite possibly, I think so.
It's quite possible, but
it's just, Tomasz seems to be very good at asserting control.
Yeah. Of course, he's been very good the whole time. Only one loss so far.
You see Jyri on the back foot.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that Tomasz
all.
is only improving his game all the time. He starts to get warm up and starts to find the right angles for the shots.
Against himself sometimes.
Just as soon as I mention it, then he makes an easy mistake. Well,
it's the commentator's curse.
Yeah.
That was the KLASK. Jyri playing very defensively against Tomas's high guard play. And he manages to get the point.
But it ain't over. It ain't over until it's over.
Oh, very good score there. The ball going missing there. Tomasz looking a little bit afraid now that he's picked up that biscuit. He's tried to make sure that he was going to go out of his other half, but
Tomasz takes a 5th win, and on my behalf it unfortunately means that Jyri will be out, because either Philip or Asger is going to have 3 wins.
Yeah, it's quite a shock to see Jyri go out there with 28 points. It's considerable lead against Asger and Philip.
Yeah.
I guess that's just the way it goes. You have to win those games if you want to progress. Jason with an early point against Jacques there. Jacques struggling for control of that ball there, but manages to wrestle with the situation. And Jacques with the famous clasking of himself.
Yep.
Jason just playing very defensively, very calm. I think he can predict where Jacques trying to strike and just immediately sets up before he's even played.
And I must say that I have to be on Jason's side. He would kill me if he's gonna leave, if he's gonna be stuck in the 5 points again.
Jacques giving the second point away for this game by KLASKing himself.
Ooh.
And the third point. Perhaps nerves are just getting a little bit too much to Jacques, and Jason just seems to be very calm, collected, regardless of his position. Jacques just trying to shake those nerves off.
Nice.
Manages to get a bit of breathing room.
Ready?
And for the fourth point,
Fourth KLASK for
Yeah.
Jacques. No, that's
Jason almost doesn't need to be in the game.
But now we see if the curse exists or not. Jason is in. Oh, and there
It was 2.
I think that was a
Yeah,
point.
I think
And
referee
yes,
decided that was a
Jason made it.
point. Yeah,
Past the
finally did it. The curse is broken,
Yes.
but perhaps just slightly too late.
A bit too late, but there is next year.
Alright. Asger.
And then we're gonna have the final game of the group stage now, and it's gonna decide which one is gonna be Philip or is it gonna be Asger that's gonna go to the next stage. So they are both in two wins, and the winner will go through.
Yeah, both quite sociable players, and it seems.
Yep. Hat starts right way around, but again, I would say it's gonna turn around. Yep, Philip takes the first point.
We've seen quite a few times Asger going behind quite early, but manages to put up quite a good fight when it comes to the middle to the end.
Oh, see.
Come on. 2 more.
And Philip not even moving his piece there, still very well defended. Sometimes you want a bit more movement than that.
Yeah. And I kind of have a feeling that this might be a long match also. And a tight one, for sure. Pretty certain they both want to go to the knockout stage.
Asger just being very careful that he doesn't fall prey to that.
Yeah, in all honesty, I'm not expecting to see the greatest game, because I have a feeling that both are going to be a bit playing on a safe side and try to avoid mistakes. Oh, well, I might be wrong. There was a bit risky move.
And
another risky move. But it paid off so far.
Yeah, and Asger's just taking his time to clear his board,
Yep.
and it pays off.
The biscuits. Yep. 2-2. Now,
Asger probably quite relieved that it ended as soon as it
he
did.
has taken three points in a row and takes the lead for the first time in this match. Whereas Philip must be thinking what happened. He had a nice yeah. Well, that was an important point for Philip.
The hat remains forwards for now.
Good save.
Asger's just getting rid of that magnet in front of him.
He wanted. Oh,
perhaps
he
not what he
wanted
wanted.
it in the play, but of course he didn't. Oh, wow! But it's a point. It's a point.
Very difficult situation to come back from.
Very tight point.
Very strong serve there. Asger just picking up the biscuit, making sure it doesn't distract him. Philip very much in control of the ball at the moment.
Yeah.
Brings us to 4-all.
Feel the tension, a release of tension there. 4-4.
There's still a smile on Asger's face, so he doesn't think it's all over yet.
No, well, it's 4-4. I think it's. Oh,
very nearly regretted that one. Asger just picking up that biscuit.
It's a bit of a silly play from Oscar, but sometimes you gotta take risks.
Oh, a very good shot there.
There it is, two match points, and there goes the hat.
Yeah. Biscuit being picked up instantaneously, but the remaining two just completely gone from the field.
Yeah, no, I think. And we have a 5-5 situation. Oh, my.
Well, Asger is smiling for now.
He's still smiling, but I think it's a bit of a nervous smile at this moment.
He's going to take a couple of seconds to compose himself.
I would like to see their hands at the moment, how much they're shaking.
Can you hold a cup of tea?
Yeah, good start from Asger. I'm sure he tries to keep the biscuits on the table. Another mistake. A close call from both sides.
Yeah. It seems like Philip is less concerned about the magnet and just more concerned about the game.
There it is.
That's very relieved.
That was close. That was close call.
So there you go, he takes the third win and gets through to the knockout stage.
Yes, and we are through the group stage at this point, and we know all our players qualified to the final rounds, and at this point we're still gonna see the last game is we're gonna decide the winner of the group D.
So it's Victor versus Filippo.
Yep, they're playing for the Victor took the first match, and I can check. But Filippo is ahead in points difference at the moment, so if Filippo wins this one, he's actually gonna win the group.
Oh, he's off to a good start.
Yep. Now there's a lot of...
Looks like he was thinking about playing the ball backwards, but decided against it. He's trying to sneak it behind him, but he's not leaving any opportunity for it.
Ready?
I think he knew what was happening as soon as that ball stopped.
Yeah.
Looks like yeah.
Nice play from Victor.
Very much.
They put the pressure on with playing the magnets when Filippo was trying to hit the ball. There we see the serve again.
Yeah. That serve is deadly.
Yep.
Very good.
Risky play.
Victor now on the back foot, but
Yeah.
doesn't seem too concerned, at least when it comes to his expression.
Also, he knows he'll solve. Both of the players know that they already drew, so.
It's a match for pride, however.
Yeah, of course.
And that mental edge.
Yeah. Oh.
Very chaotic game.
Yeah.
Victor looking to regain some kind of control here as Philip is completely in control. Now, oh, some very interesting magnet play there.
Yeah, it's the way Victor plays with the magnets almost. They both seem to be very much inside the game and playing well.
Yeah.
So I think it.
Filippo finally shook that biscuit.
Yeah.
That didn't matter.
Yeah, I think whoever's gonna meet these guys in the next round is up for a contest, big contest.
Victor once again very much in control in the initial state of the game board. Oof, and loses control just at the end there. Victor's
and there it is.
Very distracted by his own plays there.
Filippo takes the last match in the group stage. So actually we are through all the matches now, and then we have 8 best players left. We're gonna have a short break now, and be sure to tune in 2 hours when we're gonna start the final matches.
Yeah, it should be a very close match between all our competitors, and we hope that you can join us then.
Thank you.
No kidding.
Ever since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use Stop this get fight. Stop this get fight.